Hello, everyone. This is the 22nd and 24th President of the United States, Betsy Ross, here to tell you how you can get free money from the government today. You can follow Ryan O'Connor at Wrangleshank on Instagram and Twitter. The link to everything, including the Bonehead cartoon, is in the description below. Furthermore, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things Wrangleshank and all things Ink the Book. It's a lovely day to huddle up in front of the computer and watch a YouTube show. Thank you.
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Hello, every peoples. It is the 5th of July. It is a cloudy day. Not too sunny, not too cloudy. Nice day out. Hope everybody had a good 4th. I kind of missed out on the 4th of July this year, but that's okay. Who needs it? I don't know what I was going to say. I have to draw a page. How about that? I have to ink this page. 189. 189. We've got some kind of rhino guy. We've got a ghost girl. We've got an alien guy coughing over here. We got a little devil guy. We got a guy with a smiley face mask on. What is the deal with all these guys? Let's get into the page. Woo! Okay. I've got my tea. I've got my ink. Let's do it. So here's Billy coughing from the smoke from the fire that's in the room. This little alien guy's name is Billy TV. He's from a planet called Montana. I did a couple things. I made a playlist on my YouTube channel of all my animations. So you can find the animations quick and easy. I mean, there's only a few proper, decent ones. And like it's got the two They Might Be Giants contest music videos that I made in there. The Am I Awake one, the backgrounds were painted by my sister Kaylee, and there's some special effects done by my buddy Tyler, who's my roommate. And then there's the Race They Might Be Giants music video that I made. That was all made by me and with more special effects from my roommate Tyler. a while back before we were roommates. What else? Then there's a bunch of miscellaneous oddball stuff. And of course, the Bonehead cartoon. So this is my first graphic novel, Bonehead. That's the first big project I made with Bonehead. It's a 16-minute cartoon, and that's where you can find it if you click. Oh, here's the other thing I made. I made a link tree. So no more list of pesky links unless you click on the link tree, in which case you will find one list of pesky links. But it's a lot better than putting that link or putting that list of links in all the places I want to put links. So now I can just put the one link to the link tree, and it's got the link to my Discord, my Twitter and Instagram. It's got one to the Bonehead cartoon itself. It's got one to the YouTube channel. It's got one to the Twitch channel. So if you prefer one over the other, they're all easy to find on the link tree. Streamlining. Oh, and also it's got the link to the new TeePublic store where I've been uploading designs. I was trying to upload another design today, but I accidentally made the file like gigantic, and it was taking forever to render. So before I was in the process of fixing it, and it was thinking very, very hard about fixing it. So I just came on instead. But there's another Ink the Book Show design that I'm putting up. Let me, if anyone watching this has something they'd like me to put on a t-shirt or a mug or something like that on the TeePublic store, message me on Twitter or Instagram or in this video, and let me know if there's like maybe something you saw on my Instagram that you would like printed on something, or if there's something else I should draw and put on some, make available on something. Because I'm excited. People are buying stuff. I'm happy. I'm happy people are digging it. I'm trying to make stuff that I would want to own. Some of the stuff is on its way to me. I ordered a handful of things. What else? So yeah, yesterday, I hope nobody blew their fingers off. I showed off my my infamous 4th of July scar yesterday. I got a little burn on my right shoulder a number of years ago, like maybe 10 years ago or something. When my brother loaded a mortar into a Roman candle upside down, and it exploded all over the place, namely me, and burned one of my favorite shirts. Ooh, you know what I could show off? Let me show off the shirt that it burned. I know it's in here somewhere. Hold the phone. We're pausing the show for the tell. We're looking. We're searching. Here it is. It's a Venture Brothers shirt. It was one of my favorite shirts, and now it's got a hole all burnt up in it, just like my shoulder. It was my Venture Libre shirt. Urgh! He's a zombie. And yeah, got hit with a flaming mortar some 4th of July ago. So I hope everybody was safe. Here it was raining for a big chunk of the holiday. Actually, the main event portion of the night, I think, wasn't too bad, and people were able to blow off their fireworks. But yeah, I was working, and which I opted to. That's fine. But right before I got out of work, the power went out, and I was all hung up. I wasn't able to finish like all this like data entry stuff that I was doing. So I left, and just as I was leaving, this terrible rain and thunderstorm started up, and I got caught in it pretty bad, and was downpoured upon and blown away by the wind. My car swam all the way home. It was a wreck. It was wild. It was like it out of freaking nowhere. It was like obscenely bad rain. And I stopped at the store to get something to eat. And yeah, just soaking wet in the like I'd say 30 feet I had to run to the from my car to the store. It was probably a bit longer than that, but oh man. And then from the parking lot in front of the little what do you call it? The little extra parking in front of my place to my front door, because I didn't park in the driveway, so my roommate could move this morning. So I parked farther away from my house than I normally do, and ran through it all there. And it didn't let up until like 2 in the morning or something. Probably later. But I'll tell you, it turned from one light show to another, like around 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Like all the fireworks stopped and all the lightning started. And the thunder. It was a different kind of 4th of July. God was like, no. This is how you put on a show. And then I was running around today a bit. What did I do today? Anything? Nothing special. Okay, so yeah, so there's Bonehead. There's Bonehead merch available in that TeePublic store. There's Ink the Book Show stuff. If and you feel so inclined, check it out. If not, that's cool. I'll be fine. I'm just excited about it because it's stuff that I like. I don't know. Stuff that I like to. I don't know. I like seeing my stuff on, like, even just seeing the pictures of the stuff on T-shirts and pillows and stuff. It just delights me. Ever since I was a kid, it's like I always wanted to make everything that I liked. You know what I mean? So if like there's a time in like 4th grade where everyone had like Tamagotchis, right? And then they started coming out with different ones. And I think that's when Digimon first came out. And it wasn't anime yet. It was just a little stupid digital pocket thing with the little pixely animals on it. And I remember I had a slug character on mine. And then, but my brothers or whoever else had like one that looked like, I don't know, something else. And you didn't know what you were going to get until you like turned it on for the first time, right? And uh, I don't know, but like when I saw the designs in that, like I would make my own design, my own Digimon characters, you know, or obviously Ninja Turtles. I would always make up my own Ninja Turtle bad guys or characters, and when I was really into Goosebumps, I was always making up my own Goosebump titles and drawing the covers for them. Sometimes I would start to write a book, but I never got really far. I remember asking a friend of mine who was a little bit older than me. I was when I was probably 6 or 7 or 8. I remember asking him, uh, "Can a chapter book be 2 chapters?" And they're like, "I think it's got to be longer than that." It's like, dang. It's like kind of like, why is your story done by the end of 2 chapters? It's like I can't remember anything that I ever wrote, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't like I was going to tell the whole story in 2 chapters. I just wanted to be done with the writing part because I was more interested in drawing. There we go. That's a little more smoke like. Hearing thunder again. I thought something was going outside for a second, but I'm realizing it's thunder. All right. Do that one. Here's this. I'm wondering. I think I'm gonna put that to straight black. I was debating it. This is the thing that took me by complete and utter surprise. I saw my hands on television, and they were not their normal size. There's that panel. Some kind of, what do you call it? I don't know. Just ridges on the ground. So here's this panel. Am I done with it yet? He's coughing. He should quit smoking. Or at least the room should. Ha! Okay, and here's Mr. Shivers, Bonehead's boss. At the poison factory. The other guy, Denton Crux, he's like the owner of the company. This is like the boss at the factory. So Denton Crux is Mr. Shivers' boss. Slick back, sleazy hair. Sleazy businessman hair. He's got these pointy eyebrows. Put a drop shadow under them, like they sit on his face. So Bonehead's boss here, Mr. Shivers, he wears a smiley face mask. Well, there's a lot of reasons speculated about why he wears the mask. One of them being that Denton Crux makes him wear it because he's so angry all the time, and his bad attitude isn't good for morale at the poison factory. So he makes him wear the mask. One eye, two eyes. That's all the eyes. That's all the eyes he has. There we go. Oh. Inking. Not sleeping because I am getting tired already. I'm like the tiredest guy I know. Okay. Truth be told, though, if I slept every time I felt sleepy, I would just be asleep all day, every day. So that's not a solution. Dang it! I'm tired. How long have I been inking already? Let's see. Half an hour. Well, how can I stimulate my brain? I could stick my finger in an electrical socket. That might be neat and entertaining for the stream. I could pour this scalding hot tea on my lap, but I'm thirsty. I could drink the tea and absorb the caffeine into my system, into my bloodstream. But I'm so desensitized to the positive effects of the caffeine at this point. What to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. Well, I could end it all. Okay, I won't do that. That's not how we solve our problems here on Ink the Book Show. Ryan. Wah, 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 wah. There, see? I should. I want to pull a book off my shelf and just show off a book for a minute. Let's see. Because I need to get my mind doing something for a second. What do I got here? The Illusion of Life. You know, I haven't looked at this book very much. This is the big Disney animation art book. So what do we got here? Rubber hose animation. Here we have this horse dude Clarabelle, and Goofy, who I thought were all the same character. How are they all holding hands? The principles of animation: squash and stretch. Look at this painting of Geppetto and Pinocchio. The Blue Fairy? What else? Ring? That was all when I was teaching animation. That was I was teaching animation to kids for a little bit, and I would always have them bounce a ball. But I also would get these like blank mazes and have them move a ball through the maze, start to finish, and animate it. So it looked like the ball was just moving through the maze on its own. Hey, Bucky, how's it going? I'm just going through this book for a minute so I can wake up. I'm like getting all sleepy while I'm inking. Here's some kind of mouse. Who is this? The country cousin. That rings a bell. Oh, and this is Dopey and some other guy. Sneezy. Down here. What we got? Here's like some concept art of the Blue Fairy and Geppetto. Yeah, it's just got like it's got Pinocchio artwork all throughout this. Honest John and Kitty. You, my boy, are allergic. Allergic? That's right, you half-wit. You half-wit puppet. Oh. The evil stepmother as a witch in Snow White. Got the 7 dwarves. Hyperion, the explosion. I don't know what that means. There's like little animations in the corner here. Let's take a look at this Jiminy Cricket one. Let's see where it starts. I think it just started. Okay, we got how many? Oh, it goes. It starts a Pluto one. Okay, we're gonna let's see now. Ooh. Let's see the Pluto one, and then I'll go back to inking. You, my boy, are allergic. Let's see. I can't do it with that few pages. That's a different dog. Anyway, I've killed enough time. Let's look at some paintings real quick. Bunnies. Talks about the special effects. Ooh, like the Night on Bald Mountain in Fantasia. Ooh, they add the fire to them. Speaking of fire, there's Pinocchio with his finger on fire. It almost looks like he's giving the finger. That could be a bumper sticker. Pinocchio giving the finger. And we'll be like, doesn't he do that in the movie? I don't give a flaming. Is, for example, what it might say. Okay. But this is a family program here. Let's see. Your name, she will be on everybody's tongue. Will she? Let's see. Drop shadow on this part of the jacket. Oh, you said, Lucky says, what rating do you consider a family program? R plus. No, I don't. I'm I was raised with like when I was 6, I was watching like all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I watched the Toxic Avenger movie, which is probably not for kids. Um, my parents didn't really like shelter me from much, so I don't. I think kids can handle a lot more than we give them credit for generally. But I don't know. I just try to generally keep my language clean. Hear what, in case some kid might want to watch with a parent standing over his shoulder, and that way the parents don't go, "Hey, not for you." But I can only I can only I don't know. I don't try. I don't go above and beyond trying to keep it clean here. How about that? How much gore is in Bonehead? There is a little bit of gore. I don't think I've done any yet. I mean, there's a splattered bug in one of the first pages, but that's hardly gore. But there is a bit of gore coming up. A little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit of mutilation in here. It is forthcoming. This is going to be black. Let's see. He's got this. This is Boris, the Rhino security guard. I made him up just for this book. I was like, I want a Rhino character. There's some points where it's something I heard. I've talked about Brian Fuller before, who created Pushing Daisies and Wonder Falls and Dead Like Me, those shows. Something I heard him say was where, like, when he was making Pushing Daisies, it was like anytime he thought of something he liked, he would just roll it into the show. And it kind of, you can kind of tell. Same with Abu Shrab on Scud the Disposable Assassin. His gigantic comic. I think it's like 24 issues wrapped into one book. At least the version I have is the whole shebang. The whole shebang is what it's called. But like you can tell, it's like anytime he thought of something fun that he wanted to draw or put in the story, it just got rolled right in. And I kind of did a bit of that. Like, I want to draw bugs, space bugs. Okay, they're in. I want to draw a rhino guy. He's in. I want to draw a gigantic snake, gigantic serpent. It's in. Spoiler alert, this book has a gigantic serpent eventually. And it's kind of why, like in, you know, a lot of cartoons, all the characters are different animals. Like, take I'm from the 90s, so take Rocco's Modern Life, for example. Everyone's like a cat, a steer, a turtle, a frog, all different animals. Same with Mickey Mouse, same with Bugs Bunny and all that. Well, everyone in Bonehead is just like kind of like a character I would like to draw. We got a skeleton, we got a ghost, we got a little devil guy, we got a rhino here. Mr. Shivers is the one human-like character, and I'm not sure that he's human, but he was also the second character I made up in the Bonehead world, so I think it was kind of before I came up with the kind of formula I was making up the characters with. On a wave of mutilation, wave of mutilation, wave of mutilation, wave, wave. I drive my car into the ocean. I don't know the words to that song very well. But I saw them do that live, the Pixies, on my birthday a few years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I don't know a tremendous amount of the Pixies. I know a good chunk, but I was really surprised at how much I knew at that show. Let's see. Okay, so they're bursting into the room. These guys have been out of the picture for a little bit. Mr. Shivers, Boris. Let's see, y'all. Here we go. So that panel done. Cooked and ready to serve, this one. Hold it. Hold your horses, Ryan. Don't speak out of turn. Okay. How did I avoid retcons? What is that? Lucky I'm a dummy. Let's see. Retroactive continuity. Like continuity mistakes, adding stuff in. Like inconsistent continuity. Well, I didn't entirely, I don't think. I've been adding stuff to this since day one, since the day I started drawing it. Or like fixing continuity mistakes in the script even. And yeah, just kind of like doing it on the fly. I'm still rewriting a big chunk after this chunk that I'm working on. I'm still rewriting a big chunk that I have to redraw a good bit of. So, and that was a big glaring continuity error. And I was, the weird thing is I was aware that the scene I was writing might cause problems. So I was trying to be careful with it. And for some reason, I made the mistake anyway, but I didn't realize it for a long time. Until I drew one page, I was like, wait a minute, that's going to mess up the whole climate, the whole end of the book. So be careful about adding switcheroos into your story. That was my problem. Someone's pulling a switcheroo on somebody. I just messed up the whole end of my story. So I could have just taken that out, but it would have been a lot easier. But I saw a way that I could add a lot of other stuff I wanted to put in the story. If I left it in. And it helps that I'm not like releasing this anywhere as I'm going. You know? So I have the freedom to change stuff at the drop of a hat. Did you? So I heard that the Duffer Brothers have been, I guess, putting in edits to old seasons of Stranger Things along the way to make it all a bit more cohesive, which would be fine, I guess. But they have DVDs released, don't they, of the previous seasons? So it's like people who own it on DVD have these incorrect versions of episodes, which kind of bugs me. You said that's gonna bother the hell out of you. Yeah. Imagine watching an old show and not realizing they changed it when you weren't looking. Oh yeah. And that's what bugs me about Scrubs, though I hear that they're trying to fix it. So Scrubs is one of the first shows I ever got into watching regularly, like as a teenager anyway. And then I have most of it on DVD. I think I have all of it except the 9th season on DVD, which is when they started like changing the cast, and it was like the next generation kind of thing, and also not good. That's when they stopped wanting the show to be good. But yeah, there's all these great scenes with a great score to it, and then when I went to watch it on Netflix a while back, I don't think it's on Netflix anymore, but it's on other stuff. But the streaming versions of the show have different music cues. I've talked about this before. Have different music cues, and it totally ruins like a couple of my favorite scenes. One in particular. But they just don't have the rights to stream some of the music. But I guess I heard that they might be able to change it. I think they're working on a deal where they can change it back. Finally. Because, yeah, the first time I was like this one scene came on where it's like JD and Elliot are getting back together. And there's this great song by the Coral called Dreaming of You that plays underneath it. And they're like
they're like making out all over the house and like knocking over lamps and stuff. And this song is playing, and I didn't know the song then, but then when I put it on Netflix one day, I get to that episode and it's not that song, and I didn't quite know. I was like, is this the piece of music that always played? Why does this scene seem so stupid? What's going on? What the hell is happening? And I had to pull out my DVD and play it, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's a totally different piece of music, and it's way stronger. What the hell? So if you watch, if you're watching Scrubs on Hulu, or I forget what else it's on. Maybe it is on Netflix. I forget what else it's on. HBO Max? No, I don't know. I know it's airing on two different. It streams on two different things, but if you're watching it on a streaming service, I just gotta let you know it's 99% fine. It's probably like 98% correct, but it's better on the DVDs right now, as it is right now. I think the episode that just bugs me the most is it's just one episode in season 3 that really stands out to me. Oops. Put his hand a little further up. Like I think one thing, and I could be wrong, maybe this isn't something they added, but I think it is. Pretty sure it would be. They added, like, you know how in season 4 there's like the clock motif. You keep hearing the clock chimes and ticks and stuff. I guess they added that a couple times throughout the first 3 seasons, which I get, but it's kind of annoying that they would. I don't know. Just because I know it wasn't there. Unless, of course, I'm wrong and that was something that was always there. I read that in some article that Facebook pitched to me. Like, fans' minds were blown when they realized there were clock chimes in other places on the show. And then I think shortly after I read that they were editing stuff in previous seasons. So that might just be my own erroneous assumption that that was something that they added. Here's Shivers. So what's going on here? Here's her wisp ponytail. Here's her dress. Ghost arm. Other ghost arm, by the way. And then oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh what a night. Oh what a night. I just heard that song recently. And I haven't heard that in years. Probably the last time I heard it was in The Wedding Singer with Adam Sandler. But now it's stuck in my head. And then here's her wisp tail.
He's got these jacket pockets. Single button fastening his suit jacket. Collar. And then his forearm. Then he's got these enviable gams. I'd kill for a pair of getaway sticks like this guy. What am I saying? His legs are hardly even that attractive. What am I saying? He's a cartoon, Ryan. Compose yourself. You've got an imaginary wife and children to think about. All right. Here's that leg. This is Boris's legs in the background. Oh, somebody's home. Or I'm being burglarized. If somebody bursts into this room and murders me, dial 911. Show that there's some distance between him and the other end of the hallway through this door. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay, I did draw it here, I guess. So that this shouldn't be here. This side of the door. Because the door has been pushed into the room. So you're going to see this side of the whatever you would call it. The door frame. I got there. It just takes me a little longer than the other kids. Here, I'm actually going to put it. So here's some lines. I recommend using them to draw pictures. Lines can be very helpful at creating a picture. Some people use lines at the grocery store or the bank. The DMV is good for lines, but I use them to make pictures. Call me old-fashioned, call me a numbskull, but I lost my train of thought. No, I'm just kidding. But I need to go to the hospital because not enough oxygen is getting to my brain. Duh. So here's more. Okay. That'll do. Okay, here's Billy. Who names an alien Billy? Why is his name Billy? I don't know. I wonder why I named him Billy. Good American name, I suppose. Well, his full name is Billy TV, and I don't know why it's that either. Well, in some early drawings of this character, before I really knew that he was even part of Bonehead, probably, his hat, how his hat has this antenna sticking out of it. It used to be a long, like, two pointed antenna, like the V antenna you'd see on TVs back in the day. Particularly in cartoons. He had like that sprouting out of his hat. And that's kind of when I started calling him Billy TV. And I probably made up the name then and there. His name was Billy TV. Just, I probably thought Billy TV sounded cool. I like naming things. I like coming up with names or like titles to these streams. I make those up at the, like, on the spot. I like coming up with titles and names. Oh, someone's calling me. I keep getting this call from Tennessee, and they left a message once, and it was in a foreign language. So, I don't know. Now they just call every day. Okay. And then there's going to be like some lines here on the ground again, on the walkway. Walk down me, I'm the walkway. Lead me to the building. I'm just referencing stuff that nobody's ever heard of. Don't mind me. Okay, and then here's Boris. Oops. High up. Okay. There he's realizing this lab is on fire. He drops the two that he's holding, Mort and Petunia. Bonehead's buddy and girlfriend. So we're kind of getting everybody back in the same room. Let's see, I think I'm going to add part of his mouth over here. Okay. And then make his jaw a teensy piece wider. Or not jaw, his chin. And then little mound teeth, which is something I got from Bill Ray, who worked on Ren and Stimpy, and he worked on Mad Magazine for a long time in the 90s, early aughts. One of my favorite artists. And then he's got these gnarly rhino fingers, sausage fingers. Spiral knuckle. Okay, and let's do this hand. Hand wrinkles. And then here's his, what do you call it, bicep sort of area. I never took an anatomy class. I once thought about taking one, just out of pocket, just going in and taking an anatomy class at like the community college out here. But I didn't. I haven't done it. And that's the end of that story. I do think it would be cool to just, throw down $300 or something and take like a life drawing or something, or anatomy, some class at the community college. Just brush up my skills. But why drop $300? I mean, I just took a free. Well, I'm still taking it. I downloaded all the materials and because it expired on me. But I took a free justice course online from Harvard's website. They got a bunch of free classes. I don't know if they have stuff like that, but everything's on the internet. Why drop money? I think is probably what stopped me so far. But then again, I also haven't thought about it in a while. Ooh. I guess I'm taking the fall. I'm not going to sing it well. But that's one of my favorite ELO songs. It's from the Xanadu soundtrack, The Fall.
And people like Community or liked Harmontown might be interested to check out Dan Harmon before Community and before Harmontown, certainly. Him and Rob Schraub. No, yeah, him and Rob Schraub, the comic book artist I mentioned earlier. They started a like back in like 2001 or something. They started. It was like kind of like an online film festival sort of thing between their friends. Where they would do like, it was called Channel 101. The site is still called Channel 101. And they would do like, they would make a 5-minute pilot of a show. And then everybody would submit pilots. And as long as it kept getting voted back, every month they would put out a new 5-minute episode. And only the top 5, like, there would be like a top 5 pilots eligible for coming back next time, and you have to get voted back into the top 5 spots. And anyway, Dan Harmon had a show called Exposure. I mean, he had a bunch. He had a bunch of shows that he made over the years. He made one with, I think his first one was called Computer Man, and it starred Jack Black, a young Jack Black as Computer Man. And but my favorites of his were Water and Power and Exposure. Exposure was only 3 episodes, and it was basically about trying to get. It was like Dan Harmon playing a guy who wanted to get onto Channel 101. He wanted to make a primetime show. A primetime show is what they call the top 5, and he's just struggling. And then I think that one. Yeah, it's only 3 episodes, I'm pretty sure. And I think the second episode is just him making his pilot. And it's all set to this ELO song, The Fall. And that's how I found out about that song. And it's so good. It's like one of my favorite things on Channel 101, just that episode. I like when people make good use of music in stuff, in their stuff. I don't know. That's the dumbest sentence almost, but I don't know. I don't notice it so much when it's like a big movie or something like that, but like when some underground kind of indie little project like emulates a big budget movie with like a piece of music, I don't know, when it like feels legit, even with like a crappy camera or something, that that I really enjoy. So like that was an example of that, where like it's just like showing him like cutting costumes and like standing in front of a green screen, and he's like putting together this. He's like
basically doing an impression of what he does, what he was doing at the time every day. Like just making this, like putting all his heart and soul into making this crummy, like low budget 5-minute pilot. um, and then set it to this like great piece of music and making it seem like very cinematic in that way. Like I thought that was, I don't know, I thought that was really cool. I enjoyed it. So what's up with Mort's neck here? Boris's leg is cutting into Mort's body. So Mort's shoulder is going to be about here. Ah, gee, Bonehead. Why so glum? I do Mort's voice in the cartoon version of Bonehead that I made. I do Mr. Shivers too. I do everybody except Bonehead. I recorded myself doing all of Bonehead's lines too, but I was like, I don't want to do every voice. It seems kind of stupid if it's just me doing all the voices and I animated the thing. I don't know. I thought it seemed a little too self-centered. So I had my brother do the voice of Bonehead. It's like I'm a control freak, but I don't want to relinquish something. Here, I'll just make that his leg. I'll erase this little line here because I won't use that. And then man, I have to use the little artist's room, if you know what I mean. I'll stick around and finish the page though. Okay, so what is this that crosses? Oh, that's her bow. Okay. You can lose anything, loneliness too. All that I need is a partner like you in a waltz about losing, a waltz about losing. Give his hand a shadow on his body. Okay. And then we're on to the last panel of the page. Oh. Okay. On to the last panel of the page. Muffle. Ucker. I deliberately say that sometimes, so I'm not saying a swear. And it sounds so much like I'm swearing anyway. Let's see something. Yeah. Here is Boris. The room is on fire! How long have we been going? 2 hours. Okay. Woof. Here's his buttons. Chest pocket, breast pocket. Petunia. A little bow. Or wisp. I don't think I've ever seen like a girl ghost character who had a wisp ponytail. Though I'll bet that's out there somewhere. Like probably even like Luigi's Mansion or something has something like that, right? Maybe even Casper the Friendly Ghost. I thought it was clever when I came up with it. It's probably been done to death. Oh! I should be a dad. I got them dad jokes. Oh, ladies, I got dad jokes. Does that work? Does that work on ladies? I don't know because I'm so terribly bad at the ladies.
I'm gonna put that down so it doesn't look like part of her butt is sticking out. It's a bit better. All right. Okay. The lab is on fire. The lab is on fire. I'm not gonna try and do Mr. Shivers right now. He's got kind of a George Takei thing going on a little bit. It's like a cartoon businessman type, and ended up being a little bit of a George Takei impression too. It requires more acting than I'm trying to do right now. I'd have to put a little. I'd have to like get into it and kind of like use my whole dang body to talk like him. Hello, Bonehead. That doesn't sound like George Takei. I guess that does sound like Mr. Shivers, though. But sometimes he would sound a little bit like him. Oh my. See, that also sounds like Mr. Shivers to me. Oh my.
tie. I'm out of tea and I have to pee. So this isn't fun anymore. I told this girl yesterday, I was like, you know, you explain stuff really thoroughly, because anytime I asked her a question, she would explain it to me like I was a child and like give me which is fine. She didn't know what I knew about stuff, but she would explain everything very thoroughly, which was like I was surprised at how knowledgeable she was about stuff, because she was like a kid, and and this was at work, but I wasn't. I was working at a different place that I'm usually at. So and I heard her explain something to someone else, and she was very thorough, very detailed in how she was explaining it. So I said, you explain stuff very thoroughly, like, as a compliment. And instead of acknowledging that at all, she gave me this big long explanation about why she was explaining things so thoroughly to that guy. It's like, see? My brush isn't holding ink very well. It's like drying up very fast all of a sudden.
Okay, right when I said that, it's been retaining the ink ever since. This is Billy's doing meatloaf karaoke. Speaking of meatloaf, my grandmother, I saw her the day before yesterday, and the last couple times, the last time I saw her before that, she was like, "We should make dinner plans." Like, okay. Then I saw her again the day before yesterday, and she's like, "When are we gonna get together for dinner?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know, Grandma. I don't like making plans for other people. You know what I mean? Like I don't like telling somebody when to be free. You know what I mean, personally. But I was like, okay, I'm free Friday. What? How about Friday? And she's like, sure, sounds good. And she's like, what do you want? What do you want for dinner? I was like, oh, I don't know. She's like, oh, pick something. It's like, okay, meatloaf. So my grandma my grandma's gonna make me meatloaf. Because she's so wonderful. I like meatloaf. I like to make meatloaf, but I haven't made it in years at this point. Well, that's not true. I've made it more recently. I've probably made it this year. Flames! Burn, baby, burn. Excuse me. little wispy embers breaking off. And then, oh, here's another big old flame over here. Okay. So here's Mort. Holy crackers, it's hot in here. Okay. Here's his leg. There's an art show near here that I gotta get my butt to. It's like a tiki art show. I've been meaning to get out to. I've got a friend who works on these local art shows all the time. I think this is the first one back in a while.
excited to be doing art shows again. I gotta remember to do this door. Let's see. It is. What is a door anyway? Well, a door is ajar. That can't be true. If a door is ajar, then I don't got the dad jokes. I don't got anything. Sorry, ladies. I guess I'm just gonna be a spinster forever. I don't got the dad jokes. I'm a bad improviser. Just trying to come up with something and not getting there. Oh, hey, what love? How the heck are you? I'm doing good. I'm out of tea and I have to go to the bathroom. I don't know if you heard that part. So I'm anxious to finish this page. Did you have a good American Independence Day over there in Canada yesterday? I was working, so I didn't celebrate Independence Day yesterday. And when I finally got out of work, it's like all the fireworks had stopped, but there were still plenty of booms and lots of lights in the sky because a terrible storm broke out and I got stuck in it. And it was all raining and thundering and lightning. It was really bad. Like the weather's been all nice lately, and then yesterday, the holiday, was dreadful. Let's see.
let's see. So Friday, I'm hanging out with my grandma. And then Sunday, I think I'm having my nephews over to draw and hang out. They always want to draw with me. And they're always begging to come over or to have me sleep over at their house or something. And I'm always putting it off, like, I can't, I have work, or whatever it might be. There's always an actual excuse why I can't hang out with them, like, later on. So my brother Mike had his son in baseball this year. My brother Jimmy, his boys haven't played baseball yet, but they're really into baseball right now. So every time they see me, they want me to pitch the ball to them, and they're pretty uncoordinated with it. Like if the older one had he's as old as the one that played baseball this year. So if he had played baseball this year, he'd have it down. But I think because he hasn't like learned, and he's trying, him and his younger brother are trying to like get the hang of it, but because they haven't had like proper coaching, they're very uncoordinated. But they're getting good at throwing, and they connect with the ball a good amount of time. Part of the reason that they don't is I'm a terrible pitcher. I'm trying to pitch to their sweet spot, like right where they can get it. And I always go too low, or maybe too high, but usually too low. And they'll they'll criticize they'll critique my pitch every time if they don't hit it. It'll be like too low, too fast, too high. That was way off. You didn't flow it far enough. I don't think they say flow. Maybe they do. Probably they do. Actually.
Mm-hmm. I gotta lift my hand out of the. Stuck my hand in the wet ink. Let's turn it upside down. That's what I'll do. Okay, and then this is gonna be more like that. So his shadow's gonna come this way, actually. If he has one. Actually, maybe I should give them all shadows because this fire is pointed at all of them. I don't like that I'm improvising. That makes me nervous. Should be more like that. Oh, it was kind of sliding the whole thing up. Oh, my other roommate's home. Okay, so I think when I finish this page, I think I'm gonna make me something to eat. My stomach's growling. Oh, I'm in wet ink again. Okay. That works. Okay. So here's page whatever, 189. Cough, cough. And then come into the room. You started this room on fire. The room's on fire. Drops the two. And they're all kind of like. So that's the show. Room on fire. Still empty. Who knew? Okay. So I'll be back whenever. Who knows? Let's see. I don't know. That's the show. Ink the Book Show. I'm Ryan. I'll be back maybe later today, maybe tomorrow with another page. I mean, should be tomorrow, if not later today. But otherwise, check the link in the description. If you don't see a link in the description, it's coming shortly, momentarily. That'll have the links to my social media, to my Bonehead cartoon, to my TeePublic shop where I've been uploading designs. I'll probably upload another one or two later today. And yeah, there's all kinds of stuff to click in the once you click on the link to the description, in the description rather. All right, goodbye everybody. I'm gonna get something to eat. I like ya. Thanks for watching. Keep on watching. Goodbye.